So it's the dog days of summer, and writers, people like us, love to have rankings and love to put teams in certain categories. And there's a specific article that Mr. Benjamin Garcia brought to the show today. Thank you for bringing that to the show today. 12 teams that can actually win the Super Bowl according to Sports Illustrated writer
Connor Orr.
Connor Orr.
So we've had over the past week and a half a lot of national reporters have been reacting to lists. The most recent one is this one from Connor Orr of Sports Illustrated. Hopefully not an artificially intelligence-done piece by Sports Illustrated. We know they've had issues with that in the past. But 12 teams that could actually win Super Bowl 59. We saw a lot of people react to it this week. Now it's our turn, full Skip Bayless style. So these are the 12 teams Connor Orr, he said he believes can realistically win the championship. Kansas City Chiefs, nothing crazy there. Buffalo Bills, nothing crazy there. Maybe the first surprise here, the New York Jets at number 3. The Baltimore Ravens, the Cincinnati Bengals, the Cleveland Browns, the Houston Texans, the San Francisco 49ers, the Los Angeles Rams, the Detroit Lions, the Green Bay Packers, and the Philadelphia Eagles. So my question to you is there one team that immediately you see and you go, why aren't they there? And then a team on here that is, why are they here? So I'll toss it over to you.
Yeah, team that I'm questioning on why they're there, to me personally, I know they have a great quarterback, but I think they've lost too much in the offseason is the Buffalo Bills. I just do not buy the hype of them winning a Super Bowl this year. I think their Super Bowl window is closed. I think the window that they had the last 2 or 3 years with the devastating AFC Championship games or the devastating matchups they had against the Chiefs this year and a couple years ago against Patrick Mahomes. Look, I think the secondary and what they lost there, I think losing Diggs and Gabe Davis. Look, Diggs doesn't produce much in the playoffs, and I think that's something that they definitely realized late is going to be an issue. You're going to have Keon Coleman in such a big role with such a big dynamic offense and a big quarterback being Josh Allen. I just do not buy the Buffalo Bills as a team that can actually win the Super Bowl just based on how much they lost this season. I think their window's closed. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're wrong. The Buffalo Bills. Now, do I think the Buffalo Bills are going to win the Super Bowl? No. But anytime you have a top 3 quarterback in the NFL, I believe they can put the Superman cape on. We've seen it before, win a Super Bowl. Now, is it likely? No. It's a pretty much rebuilt defense. Stephon Diggs, I think that loss is a little overstated. Gabe Davis was just bad. He just did not fit with that Buffalo Bills team outside of the Chiefs playoff game where he had 4 touchdowns. Now, there's a lot of things with that I would disagree with. You know, a team for me that I'm just honestly just shocked by as one, the Cleveland Browns. That was one as well. That obviously, like Deshaun Watson is the first line is if Deshaun Watson is finally able to recapture his old form, he can't. He's cooked, guys. This has nothing to do with my personal views on the disgusting person that Deshaun Watson kind of is. I can separate those two things. He's cooked. He can't play. Sorry, Browns fans, you gave him a lot of money for no reason. Now, the other team that I don't think deserves to be on this list, I know they're going to come after me, but I wouldn't put the Philadelphia Eagles on a list of teams that can win the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts, it's very possible we saw the best of Jalen Hurts and not what is to come of Jalen Hurts. The Saquon Barkley signing is so overstated. Check the stats between DeAndre Swift and Saquon Barkley. They're not that different. Saquon Barkley, outside of the monstrous year he had 2 years ago, he's kind of been a pedestrian running back. I know that's not something that people like to say because Saquon Barkley can squat a lot. But he hasn't been this consistent top 3 running back in the NFL. There was a stretch where he didn't have like a 1,000-yard season like 3 straight years. So the Saquon Barkley thing I think is a little overstated. I think it's a lot of flash. Also, Howie Roseman. I know people love to talk about Howie Roseman. He's not the best drafter. I know that's a harsh thing to say. He's not the best guy. The reason why people love Howie Roseman is because his draft board always aligns with Mel Kiper Jr.'s. And then half the time, it doesn't work out. So this narrative that the Eagles are just going to fix their defense, in which they're cornerbacks last year couldn't cover legitimately anything, and you're going to put a couple of rookies back there, including Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, who wasn't all that great for the Detroit Lions. I don't buy into the Eagles this year. They had a lot of issues, and not only that, Nick Sirianni can't coach. He's just a bad head coach. He was clearly propped up by Jonathan Gannon and Shane Steichen of the Indianapolis Colts. He was clearly propped up by those two guys, and now they're giving him another shot to throw out a new offensive coordinator, a new defensive coordinator. And guess what? It's not going to work.
Okay.
Is there a team that should be on this list?
That's not on the list.
That's not on this list.
Well, I'm going to come across and say the Lions are on the list, and I think they deserve to be on the list.
Absolutely, that's on me. I understand the concern there.
A team that's not on the list. It's tough because there's 12 teams on there. I'm trying to think of a Super Bowl caliber team, and I hate saying their name, but I mean, Dallas Cowboys, I guess. I mean, because you look, 12 teams is a lot of teams.
I get it.
12 teams is a ton of teams. So you look down the list of, like, potentially some of those teams that got kind of snubbed out. And to me, the only ones that really grabbed my attention, the Cowboys, and then I hate to say it, the Bears, but with the rookie quarterback, I'm like, I don't know, but their roster's solid. But for the Dallas Cowboys, look, I think it's make or break again this season. They return a ton of guys from last year. You find out a Deron Bland who had a historic year last year with all those pick sixes. The secondary's great. The front seven's great. The offensive line coming back hopefully can stay healthy. The only concern on this team is running back. I don't know how the hell you don't go out and get a running back and you decide, we're just going to have Zeke again next year because somehow a year away from the Cowboys, he's going to be a better player than what he was with the Dallas Cowboys. Him going off to the Patriots and coming back, he learned a ton. I don't get that move. But the wide receiver unit with CeeDee Lamb, I think they did well in the draft too, and they've acquired some offensive line depth. I think the Dallas Cowboys should be on this list as a potential contender to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, the Dallas Cowboys one's interesting. I can't land on the Dak Prescott thing.
I know. It's tough.
But here's what I will say. But I understand. It's a team that's not on here, so it's hard to find. The Chicago Bears are one of these teams that are not on this top 12 teams that could win the Super Bowl this year. I believe that a team not on that list should be the Chicago Bears. Now, do I think they're going to win the Super Bowl? No. Use your head. But Caleb Williams, we have seen the promise in college of what he can do. Now, do I have my concerns with Caleb Williams? The person as the leader of a locker room, yes. The talent, no. Now, people can call me whatever name you want. The fact that he paints his nails is odd. Like, it's odd. Like, let's be honest. Let's be honest. It's odd. Now, if he was the wide receiver, I don't care. If he's Jared McCain of the 76ers, I don't care. He's not the leader of that team. He is going down a new road of trailblazing. It's not just the painted nails. And also, couldn't give a bleep if you paint your nails. I just couldn't care less. But he also cried on the sidelines after his third loss in his mother's arms. Say what you want. That was weird. Hey, you can say what you want. That was weird. You can call me whatever name you want. Strange. Not good. Not behavior I would look for in my quarterback. His dad said he might want ownership of teams before he was going to get. That was a thing that was out there. That's weird. So all these things of Caleb Williams, he's the first real NIL, already have my bag already, quarterback in the NFL. If all that translates, and I think it will, but I do have my concerns, this team can be a Super Bowl team this year if everything goes right. They won 7 games last year with Justin Fields, who's a terrible quarterback. You had Caleb Williams that fold, who I already believe is better than Justin Fields. I'm not going to be crazy here and say he's not going to be. They could win 9 games, 10 games. Really loaded offense. We saw what Matt Eberflus did with the defense last year. This is a team that belongs on this list of top 12 teams that can win the Super Bowl this year. The Chicago Bears.
Chicago Bears plus 4,000 to win the Super Bowl. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Caleb Williams, is also the favorite at plus 140. Come on out here to the CAZ Sportsbook and place your early Super Bowl bets. They've got it all here at Casino Arizona. Great discussion there.